Hello, everybody. I am Spider of Crescendo Games, and I'm currently trying to see if there's anyone actually going to come on to this stream with me. It looks like Tasha may show up. I sure hope she does. Um, but, we're currently waiting on that. We were going to have the pleasure of having Jesse come on with us, but I think he's needing to go to bed. So we're here. I will just kind of yammer for the next few minutes, and if nobody shows up, we're going to try something because we're broadcasting, and the game goes on whether the players are here or not. At least this is how I think it should go. So let's see how this goes. I'm currently going through my notes, just kind of getting my thoughts together. It's been a really, really, really long week. A very, very, very long week. I'm currently bothering Tasha to see if she'll come on. We'll see. So one of the things that we'll talk about that. Okay, so she says she's coming on, so we're gonna give her a few minutes, and then it's been a little while since Raphael's come on and graced us with his presence through Tasha. Anyway, so for the moment, I'm currently in the works getting getting a live stream together with a couple of other creators to come and try Crescendo with me. And one of them pointed out something that I hadn't really, I considered it, but he really wanted me to put in the core rule book more about how Crescendo is designed to be hacked. Because it is. Crescendo is not meant to be played raw. It is meant to be kind of futzed with and messed with. And I've been trying to think about how to tell people how to do it. But we will talk more about that because here comes Tasha. Give us a second.
Yes, I am here.
Hey!
Now, do I know where my book's at? No, I don't.
You're on.
Hey, I've been trying to help build a nuclear bomb project today.
A nuclear bomb?
Yes, a nuclear bomb.
You're telling another. You do realize you're telling another person who works at the Department of War that you're building a nuclear bomb.
I mean, I gotta find plutonium for it to work, but
Okay, all right. As long as we're clear on what you're doing here by talking to me.
Look, I'm building a nuclear bomb.
For you to.
Ah, jeez, man, it's been too long since we've gamed. You have been missed.
I'm just gonna grab paper for now. It's fine.
Can't find your journal?
Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah, it's still.
I've been there. I've been there.
At least I have all the rest of the stuff that recently happened.
Yeah, actually, I've been kind of wondering what you've thought of that, because I really liked. I would like your opinion before we do the session on how you think the whole journaling thing between sessions has gone. Like, I kind of like that for the camera, just to see what you think, and then we'll play and we'll see how that changes things.
I gotta grab the laptop. No, I think journal sessions is kind of good because it gives you, it feels you like on the in between.
Yeah. Yeah. I've really enjoyed it. It feels like it's taken the pressure off of me to like move the plot forward, if that makes any sense.
Well, it has.
Yeah.
Like, it moves the plot forward, And we're not just idling either.
Right. Right. Especially considering just how crappy our luck has been in running anything recently. It's been a pretty rough few weeks.
Right? Marvel, grab me the laptop charger.
Well, I'm excited to see what you think afterwards because I ran with Jesse last week, or sort of last week, and I really liked it. I really liked the feel of it. Hi, Marv. I mean, she was on the camera. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, she's right here.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, but like we're live, so I don't know what you're up.
Go on.
Hi.
All right,
Away she goes. Away she goes. Esther talks about her.
Well,
she's missed.
I'm glad she's missed. They're missed too.
Yeah.
Marvel's had a rough few days.
Sorry.
Both of the lizards are gone.
And
she got the choice from the vet to either try saving them, and hopefully they might not come back, or helping them send them on their way.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I got nothing for that one. Yeah. I've never had to put a pet down, but my sister had to do that once, and my brother, my sister used to have a guinea pig by the name of Peter, and at one point my brother picked him up, and the guinea pig jumped out of his hands. Like, I watched this, like my brother did nothing wrong, right? Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He just picked up the guinea pig, and the darn thing jumped out of his hands, and it broke its back on landing. And they had to put it down. And it's really, really, really devastating to have to do that. I'm so sorry. That sucks so much. That's terrible.
Because we don't have a space.
Unfortunately, I can hear your husband's not so dulcet tones. Shut up, RJ. Nobody wants to hear it.
I want to go right.
No, that's not an invitation to come and break her camera. Oh, it's more Ew, we're gonna get negative views now. Good God. Oh, jeez.
And put this one right here.
So,
how's it going?
Oh, let's see. My boss died. Yeah, my boss died. She's 7 years of battling stage 4 terminal liver cancer.
That's
stage 4 7 years ago, and they said you have like a few months to live, and it was 7 years later. Like, I mean, just the sheer tenacity on Cindy is just
that's rough.
He's like, He's like, oh yeah, bet, watch.
Yeah, right. That was pretty much what we were saying. I mean, like, we would be like sitting around shooting the breeze at work, and she'd come in and we'd sit down and talk with us. We find out later on she'd like passed out in the bathroom and hadn't told anybody. And the only reason why we knew was because someone else came and told us. And we're like breaking down her office door, like, Cindy, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You have to talk to us. Like, we should know. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. And just, I don't know. So it was a long fight, and it's done now. And, I mean, she's going to be missed, but, and we're just about to drive out to a family friend's funeral. So, it's been a time. It's been a real time. I'm kind of done with it.
I would be too.
I'm pretty done. I'm pretty done with it. I would really like it if like family, friends, or family, or other people would stop getting terminal cancer or just dying. That
Or
would be great.
illness in general, it would be great.
Right, right,
Major illnesses like
right.
the
Major
common
illnesses.
cold. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, yeah. So honestly, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like I was thinking, man, I'm about to go away for the weekend and we're not going to be able to play. And something in the back of my head was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like this is crazy.
Well,
So
and that's also why I enjoy the fact that we do what we do between sessions too, because that helps out when instances like that happen. Because
yeah,
hey, here's what I've got written out. What's your response?
yeah, and it's been really interesting because like I need to post them so that way anyone who comes across this later be like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, here's the posts. But like it's been really interesting because like because every single week I just sit down and I've got like a metric of things to like I've got kind of like a thematic checklist of things which I use to write out the prompts for you guys.
Yeah.
And they change based upon the calendar. So that's why it's changing the way it is because I actually have like a series of like prompts, which it's like, okay, this needs to be, the following things need to be in this update. So that's been really, really interesting to like try and like fit it. And I'm having a great time with it. And then you guys respond back with your stuff. And it's just, it's absolutely, it's great. It really is. I feel like a lot of characters been fleshed out. I feel like we can be like free to just come up with things because it's not the actual like it's not the major story, it's just the stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
We should be tracking it, but that doesn't mean we should be like talking about it in session. You know? So speaking of which, let's do kind of a quick like recap. So you've been Raphael's been in a really, really weird place. Well, everyone else has been, but in like chapter 2, everybody else vanished. They just left you. They just left you in Soda City alone.
Well, maybe they shouldn't leave me alone. I get up to
You've been up to shenanigans. You've been up to shenanigans. Cause like, so the Argenti showing up. I mean, you know they were not originally. You gotta know that they weren't originally looking to like hold up an eternal vigilance against an endless waves of undead. They were looking for King Melny because of all the shit he's pulled. And they're like, oh, by the way, there's an endless horde of undead coming up from the bowels of the earth. We should probably do something about this. But like, but the thing is that like, Raphael and Melny are Farron. They're not Argenti. So there's this whole cultural takeover going on. And your character's just been mostly just mocking it, which is absolutely hilarious.
When I wrote the last few posts, especially the Argenti, I was thinking, I was like, okay, it's got to go off of my traits, but also my beliefs. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because I want to make sure I'm covering both.
Sure.
And being true to my character. So I'm like, this is, when I was thinking about it and writing it, I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to be, play my curiosity and my sassiness all in one. And just go away with it. And I'm like, and if I cause shenanigans in the long haul, this is great because I only had a slight inkling where I was going with it because
Right.
I didn't have a goal in mind at all.
Just
It was
creating
okay,
trouble.
this is too great and I'm left alone.
No one can stop me.
No one can stop me and this is too good because
Oh, really quick before we actually start playing, because Ross has asked. Ross is in the middle of recruiting for another Crescendo game, and he wants you in. It would be a drop in, drop out. He's trying something completely different.
yeah, he lets me know and whatnot. I'll drop in, drop out. I'll be a here's a bomb, goodbye.
So he's wanting to do like a Star Wars Clone Wars sort of a deal.
Okay.
So you could probably, I mean, but he's currently in the middle of making that. But he had asked me specifically about, basically, he asked me specifically about you, and he went, "Hey, I really like, I like the people you game with. Can I, because I actually met Jesse through him. I actually knew Jesse through his server on Mythic Mountains. So he already was like, he's like, but Tasha and Cal are great. I want to play with them. I'm like, well, I don't see why they'd say no. I mean, but I'll talk to them. So you guys heard it here. Tasha's being hunted as talent.
Hey, look, I make this game and I make it to where it's not just a game. It turns into, okay, let's put in some of my personality. Let's go this route. Oh, let's put a wrench in there. And
Oh
where
yeah,
did that come from?
yeah. I'll let him know. But if he watches the video, he'll run into this, and it'll be a nice Easter egg for him. So basically, let's get started because I still have a little bit of cleaning to do in the kitchen. Not a lot, but some. And but yeah. Okay. So the beliefs I've got for you right now are: no God or fate has the right to break what a friend's love protects. If the heavens test my friend, then I'll stand tall and test the heavens right back. That's the first belief I've got for you. The second one is to endure the... Oh my... This is my sheet for you. Notice this.
Hey.
This isn't even the first sheet. This is like the third. This is the third one I've made for you. Okay, to endure the reckoning, walk in harmony, the watchers see all. We still have that as a belief. Holy crap. We may be powerless to stop the chaos, but we can still give it meaning. To witness is to honor the unseen, so they don't fight alone. So, and I currently have you as having 10 fate, which means that I'm going to throw all sorts of random bullshit at you, as usual. All right, let's hit the books and let's see what the surprise is. We've been going and going and going, and now we've got a fair amount of stuff. Let's see what happens. I grab a fresh drink, lean back against the battlement, and toast the dead below. Yeah, that's your own words coming back to bite you.
Let's see. I'll just go. If you're leaving, do it quickly. The dragons hate late exits.
This sounds familiar. Your words come back to bite you twice. Okay, so we're gonna do the dragon attack. The dragon has come. So our beginning situation is the dragon with the bride atop comes down and starts doing strafing runs on the camps.
can do that. Okay.
Okay, so let's see what the Argenti pull off with that one. Let me know whenever you're ready.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, tell me what your goal is. That way I can write that down too. You know, stuff.
I guess my goal is to obviously I'm assuming, and yeah, assuming makes an ass out of me and you. I don't know why the bride or the dragon are here.
Right. They just showed up and they just started nuking everybody.
My goal would probably be to see why they're here, because like
Okay.
and you know where my companions went. Just
Well,
so I
that
could
out of game. Good luck with that one. They're way underground.
but that one that's the other half of that is if I can. But the first part is the main goal.
Yeah. All right, so let's get this started. So, dragon comes. So you've got, you've had a few months without seeing the dragon actually. For a game entitled The Dragon's Fire, you haven't seen the dragon a whole lot. But down comes the dragon, and there's just one straight like you're, I don't know. We're on Sonnen 16th. Sorry, we're on Sonnen the 16th. So just yesterday, you were dealing with the whole defilement of the altar, and like all of that's still like very, very, very fresh. And so all of a sudden, there's a whirlwind above you, and you've learned by now what that whirlwind means. And the flames are going up, and everybody's shouting, and you see flying right overhead the dragon. Everyone's running around and panicking because, it's a dragon on top of an endless horde of undead. It's fine. Everything's going to be just fine. It's all going to be fine. You'll all be dead soon. You seem calm.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So what do you do, Raphael?
Undead, bride and dragon. I probably, because at this point I know I'd be fighting because, there's undead, and even if I'm not fighting, I'd still have a blade or whatever equipment I had in my hands.
Sure.
And I'd probably raise my blade, probably not to strike or anything, but to study the world and quiet its counterforce against the screaming wind.
Huh. Okay. That's poetic. Why are you so poetic in this game? You're not poetic out of the game. When we get into the game, all of a sudden this poet's soul just turns on, and I have no idea what to do with it.
I don't know. This
so
character,
surprising.
Especially with the two people we play with, and their characters are turning out really good too. It just felt right with this character, with the poetic. Because on the other hand,
cut that shit. I remember your other character from the Eberron campaign that we haven't been able to do anything with, and he's poetic as fuck as well. This is just you. It's amazing.
No, it just feels right. Like, and it's not even poetic. It's kind of like it's a poetic twist of
It's amazing.
chaos.
Chaos. Okay, so what are you doing? So you're trying to like calm everybody down?
Yeah, I think so. Plus, I think I'm trying to calm myself down to seeing what comes next. Like, it's
Sure.
come up with a game plan without a game plan. Because, like, I'm not afraid of the dragon. I'm not afraid of the undead. I've seen and
Oh, you've done so
more
much worse
horrible
by now.
things than
Done
this.
so much worse by now. So
Maybe I can calm them down enough to, steadfast. Like,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
the dragon, they can burn up and die, but hey.
What's your will at? What's your willful stat?
If I had my book, I think it's a D6.
Okay. The people around you you're able to steady. It's not the biggest, it's not as big of an area of effect as you would like.
Is it? No, it's the donut notebook, Marvel. Yeah.
All of the epic poetry that has come out of your soul and it goes into a donut notebook. That's
Look,
amazing.
it's a notebook that has donuts all over it, okay?
Well, that might inspire people to poetry. I mean, it's donuts, you know? Donuts. Shut up, LJ. Nobody cares.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Good God,
If I was
no.
offering you donuts, you sure would.
Look, if you drive all the way down from Iowa to give me donuts, yes, I would care.
I think you would be concerned why I drove all the way to Oklahoma. But
If you drove all the way down from Iowa to Oklahoma just to deliver me donuts, I would care. But you're not going to do it.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Mailed you a
Liar.
donut.
Absolute liar. Anyway, so you manage to like help everybody around you stand fast. They don't panic, but that doesn't say much for everybody else. Like it doesn't. So you're successful you're successful with the people around you. Not so much everybody else, but they are with you, and they're like, well. Because, I mean, you've kind of gotten this weird, like, reputation as sort of a prophet by now. Congratulations. They think you're someone important.
Yay, me.
Donut notebook, but the donut notebook isn't down there.
It's fine.
And, so they're like, well, what do you want us to do, Raphael? What's the game plan? Because this thing's flying around and it just comes down and it grabs a few people and it sets a few buildings on fire and the Argenti are running around. One of the things that you do know about Argenti, that is, Argenti are very, Farrens are not pro-sorcery at all. They're not a pro-sorcery people, like in the slightest. Argenti, on the other hand, have state-trained magi. And they brought, like, a small group of them to come fight the dragon. So, like, you know that there are people running around who have the firepower to take this thing down, but they have to live that long. So that's one thing in the back of your head. They have their own elemental evokers and that kind of thing, which the Farrens think of as the worst of black sorceries, and they hate it. They think it's gross. And, well, you're a Farren as well, so, you know, but... So, like, that's one thing to keep in mind. But the people around you are Farren, and they're trying to figure out what to do. So what do you want to do?
I could probably tell them my elaborate plan, because if they're pro magic or can use magic, let me put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably, especially, do I notice that the group that, I calm down, they can all use magic, or is it just certain ones?
So the ones that you calm down are Farins, who generally are anti-magic, but we can say that like 2 or 3 of them are Argenti, and they have some level of evoker power.
Okay. So I'd probably tell them how to take care of this dragon in a sense. Like probably point at one of them and go, okay, look, you're gonna use storm magic, wall of fire, ice spikes, lightning spikes. I herd the dragon. You're gonna
Get it
herd
out of the air.
dragon. Get it out of the air. You're gonna herd the dragon into this trap that we're making.
Sure.
And it's not going to know it's going to go into a trap because of the fact that I'm going to point out to, like, say, to my left, to this other Argenti and be like, hey, look, you're going to use illusion magic. And it's going to think that it's still doing what it's doing, but it's really not. It's in this trap that we just made.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. So you're giving these directions. And one of them says, the one with the storm magic says, but this is pointless. Look at this thing. This isn't an ordinary dragon even. He says to you. He says that thing flying above is 4 to 5 times larger than any dragon I've seen. I've never seen a dragon this size. This thing's got to be 100 feet. This thing has to be 100 feet, foot to, from tip to tail. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I don't have anything that big. We should get out of here. Look at that.
Well, we don't have to have anything like a cage or anything to put it in. That's the great thing about a plan. On top of this is small compared to the shit that I've seen on my adventures, okay?
What could possibly be larger? He says, looking at Abby, he's arguing this with you. He's like, are you serious? Like, what the heck? What?
You should meet Junior. It's someday. Like,
I've heard about Junior, he says, actually. Your accursed supposed king has got some sort of a demon as a pet. What the heck is this thing? It's a 100-foot long dragon. I think I can do that. It's a 100-foot long dragon.
what the Mythic Mountain RPG
That's
says,
Ross.
what the heck
Yeah.
is this thing? Everything.
So anyway, so it's like he's like having this he's having this moment where because most dragons that he's met are like 20, maybe 30 feet. This thing's 100 feet long. I mean, it's enormous. You've never actually seen another dragon before, so you have nothing to measure it against. But all the Argenti are looking up at this thing going, it's fucking enormous. Like, holy God. Like, how is it so big? So they're all freaking out. So the guy you tell that to kind of looks around and he says, what have you faced that's worse? This thing's lighting up the whole wall, and undead are starting. I mean, he's just looking around, and just the enormity of what's going on is really obvious. I mean, this thing is decimating the Argenti forces like that. Like, undead are coming over the walls. It's not good. So he wants to know what could possibly be worse because he ain't seeing it.
So now I'm kind of I forgot my traits for a sec.
Sassy, curious, daredevil, annoyed, and considerate.
Okay, I do have annoyed. Okay. I
Yes,
was
you
like,
do.
wait,
Made sure
do I
you got that one.
I was like, do I have annoyed or don't I? And then, okay, thank you for confirming that. I think I'd be
Yeah.
annoyed, but sassy at the same time and look at him and be like, and I'll add the size in on this too of the dragon because it comes in great with my response of, that size, not a problem. I've wrestled bigger headaches than a dragon before. What's worse than a dragon? Try a bride who thinks that she's invincible and can boss around the undead. Now that's a headache.
He looks at you and he says, I think you're crazy, but I'll try. And he kind of starts to do his thing. He starts to like summon this storm, right? And about halfway through, you notice that he's starting to get weak because it's physically taxing to summon that kind of a thing. And he looks at you and he says, if I push any harder, it might kill me. It's too big. If you think this will work, I'll do it. But it might kill me.
It'll work. Just aim for what you think is on a normal dragon's sweet spot and aim for that. It doesn't have to be work totally because others or whatnot can take the rest. You just have to be the start.
He nods. He's growing ashen-faced, and he says, I hope you're right. And he starts to push. And then you realize why he was so scared, because there's blood starting to come out from underneath his fingernails as he's pushing. And about a minute later, you feel this wind kick right up against you. I mean, it's this like, you're like, oh, geez. As his eyes roll into the back of his head and he's chanting something. And this hurricane force wind comes out of nowhere and starts whipping around the dragon like really, 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 really bad. And suddenly, like, the dragon's caught in it, and you watch as this tiny little figure in a white shift falls off. And she plummets to the ground. But before he can finish the job, the mage who you had just talked into doing this gives out a loud cry, and you watch as blood comes straight out of his eyeballs. Like just this explosion that comes out of his mouth and out of his eyes, and he falls to the ground dead. The dragon does not go down, but you know the bride did. What do you do?
And drops dead. Okay. And I know for sure the bride's dead.
You don't know if the bride... you know that the bride is a vampire. It probably didn't kill her, but she's no longer on the back of the dragon.
I know she's not on the back of the dragon, but I know.
So this sets up not just that the bride is no longer around on the dragon, which means she's on the ground and you might be able to get her. But the second point is that, to the best of your knowledge, the bride was controlling the dragon. So she's no longer, like, there may be a chance of getting the dragon free of the bride if you can get to the bride in time. So that's kind of where we're at.
I think I would probably tell the others to evacuate, run away, stay alive, pretty much.
Stay alive, yeah. Sure.
And if there's an inkling chance that this bride is going to release this dragon, because if she has her claws into the dragon, if we can deal with her, the dragon's not going to be a pest that we know of
Right.
any longer.
Right. It's just a question of getting to her in time. So no.
Is there any I was gonna say what do I notice around me? How far is she from me? Do you know?
So if you let me give you a level 3 exhaustion condition, you could get there very quickly, keeping of course in mind the fact that you have 10 fate and you could, kill that pretty
Well, okay, so I guess here's a question. Since we're at war with the undead and whatnot, let's say I don't jump into a catapult.
Okay, go on.
Obviously, I'd that looks good. Obviously, I'd see what's around me and whatnot, because I want to make sure.
What are you doing, LJ?
Bombs.
Yeah, that's gonna be... Go away. Nobody wants you here.
Obviously, if I get into this catapult, I'd look around and see what's around me, because I'm not going to jump in this catapult, fling me across,
Go on.
on dead bodies and whatnot, and then get a condition because I broke myself.
Well, the funny thing about the way this game works is that if you have the available fate, you can just say you don't get it. You can just do the badass superhero landing.
Well, again, I have enough fate that it would be against my character not to do the badass shit.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Depending on it too, if I aim it just right, I mean, depending on where she's at, and I get up in the sky, I can just take my sword out and slice down.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. We're going to do the superhero landing. It's book 3. It's book 3 shenanigans now, folks. It's book 3 shenanigans. All right. So normally, if you put yourself in a catapult and launch yourself a couple 100 feet into the air, that would just be a level 6 dead condition. I would just tell you that you'd be dead. But you have 10 fate, so you can just mitigate it for 6 fate, and then we hit the books and see what weird thing happens. Is this where we're going?
Yeah, this is where we're going.
All right, that's where we're going. Cool. So you put yourself in a catapult, and you launch yourself like you're in a fucking superhero show. God bless America. All right, let's hit the books and see what weird thing happens after your superhero landing. I've got the knight comes under a flag of truce and declares all those under him won't be eaten.
I've got...
Thank you, Ross.
Yep.
It's book 3, man. Crazy stuff. Anyway,
this is the shenanigans that we get into all the time.
This is actually true. This is the shenanigans.
I have to kill my character, but then again, I'm more than willing to try to kill my character myself. So,
All right. So what did you pick up?
I've got I've seen worse omens begin with less. We endure, we adapt, and when the next trial comes, it will find us learning, angry, and very much alive.
Okay, well, you catapult over a whole, like, you catapult a couple of 100 feet. You just get in, and everyone's looking at you like, "Is this gonna work?" And you're like, "Yeah, this is gonna work. Watch this." Boom, and off you go, and you do the fucking superhero landing, and cowabunga it is. Cowabunga it is. And you land, perfect superhero landing, of course. Sword out, right? Like, it's just too cool not to do. And you land right behind the bride. She doesn't see you because she's currently talking to the knight, the leader of the undead horde. He's out too. He's right there. And he does, like, her back's turned to you. She doesn't see you yet. So there's our conclusion. You land, the knight is right there with a whole horde at his back, and the bride is right there. So you just landed right into the middle of trouble, but there's an opportunity. So let's write that down and see what we got. Raphael lands behind the bride with the knight and a whole horde of undead behind him. Okay, so you have exactly one chance to get this right.
I'm writing this down, so give me
No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. We got a moment. Oh, I'm just sending a message to Ross so that way he knows. She said yes. Anyway, yeah, once you're done writing that down, we'll get to the, you can tell me what you do, because, like, this is perfect. Like, she's not looking at you. Now, granted, she's a vampire, so, it's not going to be the easiest. It's not going to be the easiest thing, even if you get the drop on her. Stabbing her isn't going to do much. I suppose if you cut her head off and made off with the head, that might do something. It's actually not a bad idea. Anyway, I'll let you figure that out once you're done writing it down. Well, you look like you're done writing, and you look like you're thinking, which means I'm going to be annoying and talk. Because that helps with thinking.
Well, I think since I'm behind the bride, because I'm
Yes.
assuming that, I'm standing here, she's standing here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's very close.
The knight's over here. And obviously, he's undead and doesn't have a brain cell.
He's a death knight. I mean, he's pretty intelligent, actually.
I think I would probably do, because I'm already in this hero pose,
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I'd then log onto the bride, noticing her vampire things glending,
Glending. That's a word. That's a word.
eyes
Yeah.
wide. I think I'd probably with a single strike. I think it's perfect in my brain. Who knows? And just swing clear right through.
Decapitation in one shot. I mean,
Yeah.
you got like a what? Your sword skills are actually better than everybody else's. You're like a
Yeah.
D12, aren't you?
My sword is a D12.
You're literally at the limit of human capacity for sword.
And
like
I think she would crumble and the horde would falter because their leader's gone.
well,
and
the
they'd
knight's the
bring
leader
in-
of the horde, but it would still
Okay.
be like so.
Well, they'd still falter because she
Oh.
still's got a
Yeah.
hand in this because she's
Oh,
not
yeah.
only, I think, because Raphael's kind of smart in a sense, where he'd pick up on the fact that she's the one who's coordinating this attack, not just with the dragon, but with the dragon, her talking to the Death Knight. I think that would falter, especially with this Death Knight standing here going, "Oh shit, this dude just landed in here and our leader's head just went flying."
That's amazing. Okay, so you land, head is off. You do know that unless you like retrieve the head, she will survive if you don't like. We're going with classic like 3.5 D&D rules. You can cut off the head and stuff it full of holy wafers because that's just cool. Otherwise she will like reapparate.
Well, in my mind, if I'm standing behind her and I chopped her off like this, it would fall at my feet. So
Thunk. Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
And
Thunk.
the body just goes like with a bunch of blood because she had to have eaten. They
Right.
don't pump their own blood, so
down she goes. But now you have to run.
Yes.
Now you really have to run because like you've got this head, which is still talking, by the way. She's still alive. Like her head's been cut off, but like she's a vampire. She's not like a normal person. So she's shouting. Somehow she's shouting. Somehow she has the ability to make noise. You don't know how that works, but she's shouting out to get you. And so like the knight, who is in full plate, by the way, so good luck cutting his head off. God, what a weird session. I've been building up this villain for God knows how long, and you do a fucking catapult and you superhero landing right behind her. You're like, I'm gonna cut her head off. I'm like, well, with a D12, yeah, if you're literally that good, that tracks. Off goes the head. Thunk. You're running away with the head, and if you take 2 levels of exhaustion, you can keep a head. Let's make a deal. If you accept 3 levels of exhaustion to run, you get out scot-free. If you take 2 levels of exhaustion, everyone has to come save you, but you haven't been caught. Like you're not caught. Like you're about to be caught, and people have to come save you, and then a whole bunch of people will have to die for you. If you give me 3 levels of exhaustion, you make it.
So 3 levels of tiredness. Okay.
Yes. Which
Well,
is enough for you to still burn the fate, take whatever weird thing happens. Or not.
I'll take that because tiredness, exhaustion, level 3. That's whatever because I can cure that when I sleep next.
Sure. Okay. Cool. All right. So you're at level 3. So your stress is at 3, but your resolve is so high now. So you make the run. And God bless Tasha. She thinks I'm gonna give her a moment to sleep. How cute. It's adorable. It's adorable.
Well, I, have to. This is in character, okay? Out of character. I know this is gonna happen. So
We're gonna. Nathan's about to have fun. Okay, so you managed to get back behind a temporary holding wall because they have like redoubt walls and all that for people to hide behind in case the major wall's broken. You managed to just barely get there. The hail of arrows is coming in. Everybody looks at you and they're like, "What are you?" And then one of the Argenti clerics, looks at you and goes, "That's a vampire head." Wait, where's the dragon? Because everybody realizes the dragon isn't around anymore. Something worked. So there's that. Yeah. Shoot. Plug in to recharge. My computer's about to die. Let's fix that. Before we lose the stream. We're professionals here. Not really. No one here is actually being paid for this stream. Sorry, Tasha. I wanted you to seem like you were a professional,
yeah, totally.
RPG actor, but no, that's not what we got here. Okay, so we're plugged back in. Plugged in. All right, so so you make it in time. And the Argenti cleric is like, "That's a vampire head. Where did you get that? Where'd you get that?"
I would probably, this is in character, I'd probably be, breathing hard, making sure, to check for runes, a little panicked. Obviously, I checked the night sky, the dragon's gone. But also glance because, the Death Knight's still out there. But also I'd be like, well, I shot myself out of this catapult. I landed, I chopped her head off, and I ran.
He looks at you and he says, "How? How?"
Well, that you probably don't want to know.
He says, "It doesn't matter. We need to get you some blessed bread and stuff this thing's mouth full with it." So, he obviously starts to hurry you along, but you're bone tired. You can't move that quickly anymore. You're very, very, very tired. So he's trying to move you at a pace you literally can't go at anymore. You start to hear like the cries and the shouts, and behind you, you realize that like the undead now have their foothold, and what was once, pretty securely held territory for mortals, it ain't gonna be that for much longer. And if you don't, basically, if you leave now, they lose. None of them are half as good as you are. None of them are going to be able to face none of them are going to be able to face the night. I mean, you're literally a sword saint. You are actually like the person of legend as far as swords go, as far as swordsmanship goes. If you leave now, they're definitely going to lose, and then you lose everything. You can go and You can go and make sure that the bride's head is taken care of. But if you do, you will lose the front. What do you do? What is your impossible choice? Because
I think, especially since, the cleric's here, he's leading the way and he knows what to do, I'd probably shove. I think I'd find a sack, laying around. Shove
preferably.
the head in a sack and shove it at him and be like, look, feed it bread. Yeah, you can handle that. I've got bigger nightmares to deal with.
This is fair. This is fair. He pale, he trembles, and he leaves with it. So you turn around, you've got an advancing wall of undead. You're bone tired. Bone tired. You are so tired. And at the front of it is the Death Knight in his plate mail as he, he's cutting people down. They're running at him and they don't even get, he's got this big old evil spiked chain out that's just totally cutting through people like a hot knife through butter. People are just getting wasted in half with this enormous spiked chain that he's got. What do you do? He also has the undead heart. He also has the undead horde at his back. So like he's cutting a really, really wide swath before him with this chain.
Well, since he's distracted and obviously I'm tired.
Very tired.
And I think I'd probably be chanting in my head because, I'm tired. But I think I'd be ducking behind cover and staying close to survivors and, picking my shot carefully.
Sure.
And I think I'd hit him where he least expects it. And I think I'd have the advantage because he doesn't expect me there. He knows I'm here, but he's preoccupied killing people.
Right. He's preoccupied killing your friends, more to the point. So the problem, the principal problem that you're looking at is that he is wearing full plate. And I do not care how nice your sword is. Unless it is actually enchanted, it ain't getting through full plate. Your only chance, realistically, would be to tackle him, get him, this is just what we know about swords. Swords and full plate don't mix. You would need to knock him over and get your sword in his visor, with you know what a misere dagger is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would have to do that. He's fully covered from head to toe. The sword, you might be you might be the best with the sword there ever was, but it doesn't matter because full plate is full plate, and the tech ain't gonna do it. However, if you knock him over and get him wrestled to the ground, then you might have a chance of actually now you're better than everybody else, so it wouldn't take that much. But you still need to get them off balance, which is that's part of your problem right now. Swords are great. Swords suck against full plate. They just do. There is no world where I would grant anything other than like a glancing blow for even the mightiest swordsman against frickin' full plate. That's not a thing.
Well, I mean, since I have the advantage, and I'm sure I could find a few mages, I'd be like, look, you need to do something for me. And I'd be like, okay, what kind of magic do you have? Because obviously I know these mages, we'll call them that, focus on different sources of magic. Like there's storm magic, there's fire magic, there's water magic, there's
What are you looking
force
for?
magic.
You could probably find it. You just need to tell me what you're looking for.
I'd probably be looking for something. I mean, fire magic would work. Just light them on
Okay.
fire.
Light him on fire? Well, yeah, that would probably distract him. You find one guy, and he says, I could do it, but I'm going to need a minute to set it up. I'm going to need a minute to get a proper, because again, like, he would need to flash bomb him so hard that the temperature would be felt through the full plate. Because he's wearing multiple layers. So if you want to set him on fire, that's fine. If you're wanting to like flash him like that, but you could do that. But it's going to take him a second to set it up. And he's going to need people to like just give him a minute to get in line of sight and be like, oh, by the way, however, so you can either send people to do the distraction, which will kill them. This guy's chewing through people, or you can go do it yourself and pray to God that your defy roll is good enough because you're too exhausted for me to say that you should be able to do that.
Well, you know what I say to that? Since it's Raphael and fuck the dice.
Your dice rolls are good. Don't even start.
I say fuck the dice, but at this point in time, they'll probably roll what I want anyways, and
Possible. It is you, and it is your
would
dice.
probably, since I feel bad, probably not for killing the last guy. This guy don't know that. Probably distract him myself because I don't want anybody dying more than they have to.
Not the ones that are sitting, there's only 3.
No. Let me
He
grab
is-
my dice.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, because there is no way. You're too tired for this crap.
Well, blame Ross. He said to,
Yeah,
give
This
him
is all
some
your
good
fault.
rolls.
this is all your fault. Okay, so you're looking at using agility. Sorry, you're using your agile stat because I get to determine one of the stats you're using.
Okay,
So
so
it's agile.
agile is a D6.
And these are your nice dice, right? These are like the really prettyful ones. Ooh, that's
These are my blue dragon dice.
beautiful. Holy crap.
Good
Look,
night.
yes, it is your fault. You're just gonna have to deal with it, okay? Sorry. I don't make the rules. She said it's your fault.
And
Sorry.
we want to test this out, I can roll twice. Obviously, I'm not saying I get twice the dice.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying I can roll twice to, make people understand the dice I can use this set, which is
Oh,
my
that's
MP1
beautiful.
set.
Jeez. starting to make me want to become more of a dice goblin just looking at those. Man. Okay, so I'm assuming you're gonna try and use your sword skill to like try and fend off the chain.
Yeah.
So there's your D12.
So I'll just roll two. I have two sets of dice. I'll just roll two D6s and just put them together because I don't have a D12.
Oh. That's a problem. Okay, well, sure, why not? I mean,
If that works for you, because like
it skews the odds weird, but if that's what you have, that's what you have, and I don't know of a replacement for a D12 off the top of my head. I could probably just grab, whatever. I don't care. We'll fudge it for this time.
unless you want me to just roll a pure D8.
That would be weird. That wouldn't make any sense. Whatever. All right. So your 2d6, your d12, and then a d4 for your sword.
Nope. Okay. Nope. I got a D12. I got
Okay.
you.
There we go. That's better. All right. So a d12, a d6 for the agile, and then a d4 for your sword to block.
And a D4.
All right. Why do you think you should have the top two?
Why should I have the top two?
Yeah. Why should you get the top two?
Well, I think I should have the top two because, I'm a badass and I'm already fighting through exhaustion. And also, I'm determined to take this other badass who thinks that he owns the world because I have his leader's head. And I have his leader's head because I chopped it off heroically and ran the fuck off.
All right, fine. Take it. All right, let's see what we get. Your DC though is a 12. Like this is not a small. This is not because it's 9 because it's book 3, and then your exhaustion is a 3. So your DC is 12.
All right. We're gonna.
And you have 4 fate to muck with. So let's see what you do here. So you really only need to roll an 8 to completely upend everything.
All right, here's my D12.
Beautiful. God.
And I'll even roll both sets of dice. Just for shits and giggles, obviously.
Just for shits and giggles. D12, D6, D4.
So there's a 8.
Of course.
There's a 3.
Okay. All right. And now you got your D4.
And there's a 5.
Okay, so it's D6, D. Okay, so that's a 13.
Okay. And obviously,
Okay.
like they're just right here in front of me. Okay,
No,
well,
no, I'm not. Look,
let's
I've
do this
watched
set of dice.
I've watched Maria watch you roll dice. I don't need to know. I know where this is going.
Okay,
So-
there's a 9.
Oh, we don't need
This-
that anymore.
This is just the set of dice. Well, I feel like it. Okay,
Okay, all right.
that's a 5,
Oh my god. Your victory lap is making your first roll look terrible.
and that's a 4.
Fine. All right, so you manage it. So Raphael, so that's a bullet point. Raphael distracts the knight long enough to get a fire spell off. Okay, so you successfully distract him which then lets the fire spell go off. We're going to hit the books for what's happening as you're knocking him over to stab him in the face. Now, this is gonna be, so everybody, let's grab our handy dandy journals. I meditate with my sword like Alistair.
I got either way, I do not leave. My survival and the stand were never accidents.
Okay. Read that one again. Make sure I understood it.
I have, it says, either way, I do not leave. My survival and the stand were never accidents. Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, read the whole thing. That
Okay.
one's throwing me off. I'm sorry. That one's actually throwing me off.
I have, I keep watch. While others mourn or flee to the stars, I walk the walls and count what still stands. I test blades dull by neglect, truce runes that no longer answer as they should. Juhan is gone, and with him the certainty of commands, but not my purpose. I listen for the drum of the horde in the distance, and for the answer that may come from Serpent's forest. If the wolves answer the envy, I will be ready to meet. If they do not, I will be ready to hold the line. Either way, I do not leave. My survival and the stand were never accidents.
I know what happens, but you're not going to like it.
I never like it. I just make it more entertaining, okay? It's fine.
So, you knock him over, right? Like, you actually knock him over. You get your sword out, and again, you're at D12. You're literally at the limits of mortality. Anything higher, and it starts becoming supernatural levels of skill. Chink! Right in the visor. But as you do that, all of the undead around you look at you, and they all say with one voice, I tried to warn you. And you realize you're talking to Legion again. And he is in most of the army that's around you now. You killed the knight, and now Legion has taken the opportunity and jumped in. It's fine. It's fine. Your life is going well. I'm writing this down. The knight is dead. Legion is taken over. As opposed to, him just hanging back and not doing anything with the undead horde. He's just showed up and he's decided he's going to take the horde over. It's fine. So, there's your bullet point. Out of the frying pan into the fire. It's worse. It's so much worse. But the knight is dead, and that is not a small thing. Congratulations, you managed to, nip 2 entire NPCs that I had come up with and had come up with really compelling backstories for, and they're dead now, and, it's fine. It's fine. This is the life of a GM. This is how it works. But Legion is now taken over. Because now no one is there to stop him from taking over the horde. I really suggest getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah. No, I probably do.
Yeah, I really suggest it.
With probably telling him a witty line on my way out.
I mean, he's talking to you as you're leaving. He's saying, I tried to get revenge upon your king." Which means, like, you put two and two together and you realize that he's seen Melanie recently and you haven't, which means he knows where Melanie is, or he did. And he's just like, "Look, I've had enough of this. No one is actually interested in justice, so I'm just going to burn it all down."
Well, if it was Raphael and he was getting to a safe distance, I would probably say loud enough, your voice doesn't scare me. We'll keep moving.
Exactly. But by the time that you've pulled this off, the other forces have managed to rally enough to where they can, like, actually mount an effective enough defense to at least push back the newly hive-minded horde a little bit. So you managed to get away. You managed to get away because everybody else did their job for once.
Hey, look, that's all that matters.
Right? But now you've got this major problem. So we're going to cut the session there because now you've got, this is what's called a real problem. Congratulations.
Well, if there's no unfortunately for my character, if there's no problem, that is the problem.
You're right. Yeah. All right, let's do our beliefs. Okay, so your first belief: no god or fate is the right to break what a friend's love protects. The heavens test my friend, then I'll stand tall and test the heavens right back. Did you cause chaos with this belief?
I think kind of, sort of.
You're very welcome. How so?
Well, I mean, they tested with trying to kill all these people. I mean, I think I'd classify them as acquaintances.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I mean, you were more or less throwing people in that you knew. That's kind of. I think that's breaking it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So you get to write down that belief, and then you get to write as a bullet point, and then you get to write down why you broke it. Which is, so why did you break it?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I think it was kind of important to break it because it just had to be done to save these people.
Right, but that still hurts.
Yeah, but it hurt even more if I didn't.
Right, yep. Yes. No, that's a good point.
And I'd rather take a little hurt than a lot of hurt.
No, I like that. So that's 2 fate points. So you're currently at 6. Yeah, that nobody was getting out of that. None of your beliefs were getting out. So anyway, to endure the reckoning, we must walk in harmony. The watchers see all. Did you cause chaos with this belief?
Yeah, I walked with harmony to go slay the vampire bitch.
I mean, you actually got everyone to work together on that, and then you actually got that entire thing set up.
I directed people. I made them calm enough to not run away and flee and scream or I'm gonna die and die anyways.
Right.
And I made them turn their head going, he just flew out of a catapult.
Yeah. That was so cool. That was so cool. That was so cool. All right, our third belief: we may be powerless to stop the chaos, but we can still give it meaning. To witnesses to honor the unseen, so they don't fight alone. You were giving like tons of, like you were just helping everybody stand up and like not despair.
No, yeah.
And you actually talked some people into sacrificing themselves, which actually stands up for this particular belief, even as it breaks the other one.
Yeah, it did. Like it broke the other one, but it also helped in this one a lot.
Yeah. Yep. I love how that works. Okay. Let's see. So I think that the catapult thing is something entirely in line with what Raphael would do. That's worth 2 fate points to me. Like the rest of the RP was pretty good, but just that one audacious as shit moment where it's like, I'm just gonna fly through the air.
Yeah, no, that I think that was my favorite moment of it all, because it's like no one expects to have lead their character or their friend in this instance, if the others are here, to, hey, I'm gonna go get in this catapult and shoot myself. Don't worry about me.
Right. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. So
Also land and swing my sword in.
My goodness. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, you should be at 9 fate as far as I can. I think
9
that's.
fate.
I think you're at 9 fate. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Okay, so that was awesome and completely unexpected. You've killed 2 major NPCs and now have handed over the entirety of the undead horde to the last person you want it to be with.
Well, it's fine. Everything will be fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh no. But anyway, so I'm gonna go finish cleaning up this kitchen. But this was awesome, and it had been entirely too long since we'd last played. So thanks so much for being flexible and for ending so many of my plans simultaneously and giving me a completely new one.
Hey, you're welcome. It was time for payback from trying to kill my character a whole lot, but instead I tried killing myself in the process, but it went in my favor. Hey.
You did a superhero landing. It's the first time I've ever had a superhero landing in any of my games. I've been running games since I was 15. Oh my god, I've been running games for 22 years. Anyway, in my 22 years, I've never seen a superhero landing.
And in retrospect, the super landing worked.
Yeah.
And didn't fail in the process of not dying.
Oh my god. Crazy stuff.
Welcome to the 90s sitcom show. How may I help you?
Please.
Lisa, can I have some more?
Off goes the head. All right. It's been great. I'll talk to you later. And I don't know why you keep your husband around, but I'm just on record as saying I still don't understand.
He's good for the hard grunt work outside. It's fine.
Fine. I accept that mostly. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Night.